Hey guys, how's it going? So today I thought it'd be cool to record a full pre-rift event for you guys. I've been having a lot of requests for, actual gameplay footage, so I thought it'd be nice. I'm gonna go through the pack opening, the deck building, and then we're gonna go through all three games. So as you can see, I opened the Renata kit, but the person in front of me opened Rek'Sai, and I think Rek'Sai is really, really, really strong, and I do not really want to be playing Renata. And he was down to trade, so I ended up trading for a Rek'Sai kit. So kind of by default, we're leaning towards yellow-red, and seeing what other cards we're getting that can be good. So that's kind of the main draft strategy here, is to default towards red-yellow because Rek'Sai is so strong, and just keep an eye out for a third color that I think is going to be playable, that I can kind of add to supplement the deck. So the first pack, we opened Hostile Takeover, Sinjao, and Irelia as the rares. And we got like some commons and uncommons that were like maybe playable. This pack so far, not really anything of note. Warmogs is like kind of okay, kind of playable. Getting a bunch of Battlefield just sucks. Joe Morata is like not really playable. Bard is not really playable. So another like not great pack for me right now. Third pack is getting opened here. So Void Drone is like a nice little common to have. Ribbon Dancer, these guys. So nothing really too crazy so far. Like Dauntless Vanguard's like quite good. The Gust on a stick is good. Blood Money's good. Serrated Dirk's like okay. Akshan is like a pretty decent hit, and Rel's a pretty decent hit too. So kind of some okay playable rares there that I'm pretty happy to be hitting. Fourth pack opening, Sentinel Adept I think is like fine. Green card is like fine. Kemptus is like not playable. Sea Monkey's good. Treasure Hunt is good. This guy's like not that good. Doran Blade I think is like quite decent. Weaker Bow kind of sucks. Another Battlefield, and then Brutalizer is actually quite good as well. Another Duelist, and then we got Azir, Green Azir, and then we got the Oran Legend. So another like this is like an okay pack, nothing too crazy. The cards that I'm like really looking out for right now is like BF Sword, and Punch First. I think are like really really good that I would really want. Like as far as like the common and uncommon slots are, Cloth Armor is pretty good. The Gank dude is pretty good as well. I noticed I sorted my Azir into the wrong pile. And then we got Poro, got some other random commons and uncommons. Blade Master, Ezreal, which is like maybe playable, and then we got the Soul Furnace thing for Rek'Sai. And those are the 5 packs. So really not a ton of hits. I'm like looking through my rares right now. The cards that are standing out to me are Akshan, Sinjao, and Rel. I'm just opening up my pre-rift kit right now, so it's the Rek'Sai kit. So it comes with Rek'Sai Legend and yellow Rek'Sai Champion. A bunch of red units. This one's unplayable. This one's fine. This is good. This is unplayable. This is good. This is fine. This is good. This is good. This is okay. This is bad. This is good. This is okay. And then the Battlefield's fine. Nothing too crazy. So right now I'm just evaluating my options. I think so. I'm assuming I'm going to be in red-yellow because the cards in there are pretty good. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just looking through my other colors to see what I want to supplement for red-yellow. I looked through the blue pile, and my blue pile basically had zero good cards in it. Looking through green, there's like a couple ones, not so fast. The Desert's Call is pretty decent, and Brutalizer is kind of okay. Looking through orange, we have like the Blade Masters was fine. Poro, Sea Monkey, Doran's Blade, and the 2 Dauntless Vanguards are quite good. No Punch First, notably, which kind of sucks. Purple, there's like Treasure Hunter, there's like the Gust on a stick, and there's like Swiftness Boots. Kind of okay. So at this point, I'm like really, really leaning towards red, yellow, orange. I think it's the strongest 3-color set in the pre-rift kit, because you can play Yona as well. Now I'm just sorting all the rares into ones that I can actually play and the ones I can't actually play, because I'm pretty dedicated to red, yellow, orange at this point. As much as I would love to play Hostile Takeover, I do not have playable blue cards. All my blue cards are basically completely unplayable except for Cloth Armor, and that's not worth running a whole color for. So I'm just throwing those into the box, not going to look at them. The less you look at the cards that you don't need, the easier decision becomes. Now I'm going to look through all my piles and just sort them into cards I want to play and cards I don't want to play. So basically all the cards at the top are cards that I think I would rather not play. Cards at the bottom are cards that I think I'm pretty reasonably happy to play. And now what the idea is after I've sorted all my cards into what I want to play and what I don't want to play, then I'm going to count the number of cards I have and figure out whether I need to cut cards or whether I need to add cards. I'm also going to check the curve of the deck as well, to try and figure out if I need to rebalance anything based on, if I have too many twos, too many threes, etc., etc., etc. Just counting my cards now, with all the cards.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19,
Okay, we're not running Fiora.
And then with Yone, it's actually a perfect 25. Perfect 25. Which is, not common. Usually you're going to have to add or subtract cards. Usually you're going to have to add cards. You're usually not going to have like 25 star cards in your deck. But in this case, I ended up with 25, which is like a good sign. Means my deck is going to be like okay. It's going to be okay. Now I'm going to sort everything into its costs and then its type. So all the units are going to be at the bottom. All the non-units are going to be at the top. So that's going to be spells and gear are going to be on the top. Just so I have an idea of how many units I have, how many non-units I have, because you do really want to maintain like a minimum number of units, and then you supplement with decent spells and gears. I'm looking at my twos. I have 5 2-drops right now. I kind of want to be at 4 2-drops. I have 5 3-drops, which is pretty decent. I have 5 4-drops, and then I have 3 5+ drops. So the curve is actually pretty low. Usually you'll see like less 3-drops and kind of higher into the higher end. Right now what I'm looking for is a couple more equipment. Like I have a bunch of Weapon Master units, and then my weapons are like not that good. I have BF Sword, Doran's Blade, and Warmogs. So I'm kind of looking through to see like if I have anything else, and I'm thinking about whether or not I want to include any numbers of Serrated Dirk into the list. I think Serrated Dirk is fine. It's like okay if you need gear. I think it's like a fine gear to play. Assault makes like the units way more like, or your deck like way more aggressively tuned. You really want to be able to just score, because like Serrated Dirk does not help you hold in any way whatsoever. So here I'm cutting down the Void Hatchling to put in the 1 extra Serrated Dirk, because I did want like 1 more equipped in the deck at least. Now I'm looking through my 3s, and I think my 3s are fine. And then looking through the 4s, I noticed that I have the vanilla 4 that draws you a card if you spend 2 power. And I looked at my deck, I'm like, wow, I have no punch firsts. So this card is just vanilla. This card is completely vanilla. And I don't need that many 4s. So I'm going to just look through and see if there's anything else I want to put in that I think might be okay. So here I just put in the second Serrated Dirk. I think it's fine. I end up with 5 equipments in the deck, which is like probably a little bit on the higher end if you're playing a legend that doesn't support equipment directly. But I think it's fine. 5 is like a little bit on the high end, but like looking back, 4 was like maybe the correct place to be. But it's I think 5 is fine. So I'm like settled on the 25 cards now. So now I'm just looking at my battlefields to see if there's anything interesting for me to take a look at. I'm like not too sad playing vanilla battlefields, but if I can play one that benefits me, it's fine. So I have Forge of the Fluffed, which is like when you're controlling the battlefield, your legend has like tap, equip a creature you control. And Power Nexus, which is like when you hold, you can spend 4 power to get a point. I have Hall of Legends, which is spend 1 to ready your legend after you conquer. I have Seed of Power, so when you conquer it, if you control any other battlefields, you draw 1 for each other controlled battlefield you have. And then I had the Emperor's, whatever that thing's called, where when you conquer it, you can bounce a unit to your hand and create a soldier instead. I end up with these 3 battlefields because I think it's like good enough. So that's the list. So I'll just put a picture up of the list in front right now. So I have just a bunch of units. I think I have so I have 4, 6, 8 non-units. So I'm looking at 17 units, which I think is about correct. The curve is pretty low on this list, but I think it's fine because Rek'Sai does supplement a lot. So let's just jump into game one. So game one, I'm playing against a Lucian deck with the Janna Chosen Champion. And then my mulligan has the 3-drops with Sinjao, and then Warmogs and Drag Under. I'm going second in this game, so sorry, I'm going first in this game. So I want to make sure that I draw into 2-drop, which I do. I get the Gemcraft Seer, and then we start off.
Sunken Temple. And
Pass.
controls battlefield? Oh, you think cost 1 life. Okay.
Really, what you're doing in the early game with Rek'Sai is, especially if you're going first, you want to make sure you have the 2-drop, and then you can look to play units on top using the Rek'Sai leader. So it provides you like a lot of good ability to dig. So right now I don't have a playable 2-drop or a playable like 3 or 4 cost unit. So I'm gonna attack in and just pray I hit something decent.
Go to here.
I
will go to 1. I will tap Rek'Sai Legends. Reveal top 2.
So I pick the guard because I'm at 4, and it's pretty much exactly what I want, and I have to figure out, where I want to end up putting this. So the idea is if I put it onto the battlefield, it makes it more difficult for Lucian to run in and kill it. He's going to spend some number of cards to have to do that. But the benefit of putting it in base is that next turn, Sinjao is going to enter in ready, guaranteed. So I'm kind of deciding between the two. I end up putting the soldier onto the battlefield. I want him to spend cards to take over this battlefield. I don't want to lose my 2-drop for free in this case. I know he's going to have to spend, some amount of resources to get through, and I'm okay with that because the point, like, I'm going first, so I'm ahead on points anyways. So I have like a little bit of time to get back into the game if something bad happens. So here he plays mini Deadloop on top of me and just trades focus so that we trade off, which is fine. Basically traded a 4-drop for a 4-drop, and he spent 1 power additionally as well to play the Dauntless Vanguard. He attacks Lucian in and kills the 2-drop, which I think is like fine. It's not horrible for me. And he passes the turn. So still no yellow rune, so I can't play Sinjao. The curve on this turn is like a little bit awkward. I can't play Rek'Sai, I can't play Sinjao. I could play like the 6-drop, which is like, it's like okay, but if I can excel, like if I spend 1 power this turn, I can still play him accelerated next turn. So it's like not too bad. So really what I'm thinking about here is there like an efficient way to use my mana, or am I just playing Yone? And the answer is like, I'm just going to play Yone. Next turn I'm going to have 7 so I can accelerate the 6-drop if I have to, which is like good enough. I don't mind too much.
Draw.
So not sure.
So here he plays the Gemcraft guy onto Lucian to gank Lucian to the other side. Lucian's gonna ready, and he like has the option to pull Lucian back. The problem with pulling Lucian back is I have Yone on board, so it kind of forces Lucian to stay on the battlefield, which is one of the reasons why Yone is so strong. He's gonna pass the turn to me, and I see that he has 5 mana up. He has 4 mana up, so I'm assuming some type of removals or some type of interaction is coming out on here.
Shiver is now +2 and has ganking, so she's like 6.
I swing Yone on because I have Blood Rush in hand. And I think, if he has like Punch First, which is like the big piece that I'm thinking about that he like might have, I have repeated Blood Rush to be able to get over it, and I think that's like perfectly fine. Instead, he just pays 2 and thwonks it, which I'm perfectly happy with. And so I can pay for Dauntless Vanguard now, and just go on and play my mini Deadbloom.
Deadbloom.
Oh, the Deckbuilding Predator.
Pass focus.
Count as a
Yeah.
power. So like the gold symbol. Yeah.
So the kill goes through. I conquer. I use my Rek'Sai, pull Akshan, which sucks because I only have 3 runes up. So I'm like, sure, I'll just take the Poro, essentially draw 1, it's fine. I don't really have a better play in my hand. I'm just looking through to see if I have anything. I only have Sinjao, and Sinjao is so strong since he has like pseudo accelerate if I have unison base, which I will for next turn. So it doesn't really make a difference if I play Sinjao now or next turn. If I play Poro now, I'm gonna have one extra mana for next turn as well, since I'm not recycling the yellow. So I'm like perfectly happy playing the Poro here, even though I'm not getting the Weapon Master value. I have this Doran's Blade sitting in my hand that I haven't been able to play all game, but it's not a super big deal because the board state is like really stable for me right now. He pays 2 for the monkey, the sea monkey buffed, or he pays 3 for the sea monkey buffed. And he's basically just trying to hold that battlefield now.
Ganking this turn. I'm gonna tap 1 and play cloth armor with quick draw. And so
he passes the turn to me.
And when I choose,
and I see he has 5 mana. He has 5 mana up, and he has Janna in the zone. So I really want to bait out Janna and then beat over it. I have a lot of interaction in hand, so I can take this slowly and react based on what he can do. So he's currently holding with 5 might onto his battlefield. So if I swing Yone and do the equal trade, it's a 2 for 1. And I'm not too upset about that because his entire previous turn was playing the buffed monkey, and I'm like quite certain that he is holding interaction in his hand, and he really wants to play it since he left so much mana open. So I'm offering him even trade, knowing that he really wants to use his interaction. So I play Yone here, and I just wait. If he plays Janna, I have Sinjao plus double Blood Rush to be able to get over it. If he has any other interaction, I want to bait out the interaction first before I actually start investing my units. So I run in and pass focus, and I just see what he wants to do. I have tons of answers, so whatever he does, I'm not too angry. He plays against the odds to give the Sea Monkey plus 2, so now Yone's at 5, the Sea Monkey's at 5, and then he has the Gemcraft Seer on 2 on the battlefield. And so what I know is that I can just trade the monkey here, and then bait out more interaction using Sinjao to bait the Janna, which is the big thing. He only has 3 mana left, so I know that once he plays Janna,
I'll kill the monkey.
I can beat over it guaranteed using Blood Rush repeated. So the math works out really well. So
I'm gonna walk
I move my Vanguard to base to make sure that my Sinjao actually enters ready because he needs 2 other units in base. He's going to run in, threaten a 4-2. So he's kind of forced to play Janna now and just move the Sinjao back to base. And now he's sitting on the battlefield with 5 might. Nice thing is now I can run the Poro in, repeat the Blood Rush, attack him for 6. And since he has no mana up, it basically completely blows him out. I spent the Yone plus the Blood Rush, and he lost against the odds Janna, Gemcraft Seer, and the Sea Monkey. So it was a 4 for 2, really good trade, and now I can dig through and see if there's anything else I want. I can pay 1 for the Void Drone here, and now the board state is incredibly stable for me. And I even get to play my Doran's Blade, which is nice. Finally get it out of my hand.
yeah, nothing I can do there.
I'm gonna be at 7. Next turn I get 9. I will equip the Poro.
Yeah, when he moves, you get
Pass.
exhausted.
So I was just deciding whether or not I wanted to actually attach the Doran's Blade on, because basically wants to play around Dauntless Vanguard or some other accelerated unit. He ends up playing the guy that destroys equipment, so it kind of just I kind of just wasted 1 rune for fun, but it's not too big of a deal. My board state is so stable, and I just held to 5, so I'm basically guaranteed to go to 6 this turn, and he needs to be able to double conquer or prevent me from double conquering the next turn. He just concedes, looks at the top card, sees that he doesn't have anything, and just concedes. This is off to game 2, so I'm playing against an Irelia with no chosen champion. I would not recommend this. I think you always want to have a chosen champion, and you can opt not to have a legend. I'm going first this game, which means I'm really trying to dig for a 2-drop. And then for turn 2 plays, I already have the guard in hand. So I just want to dig really, really hard for the 2-drop. And then I have a guaranteed turn 2 play with the guards. I look through, I pick up Akshan, and I pick up Drag Under. So it's fine. I still have a turn 1 play with Traded Dirk. So it's not like the worst thing in the world. So I draw, I have no 2-drop. Oh well, you know, sometimes you miss. So I just play the Dirk and I pass.
One, draw two.
Yep.
Gonna recycle one. Only for
Quick orange.
two
Move
and
in here. So now it's 3, 2, 2.
play Doran's ring.
Sure.
Okay. So
And we will pass.
trigger.
Yep.
So this triggers. I'm going to first do this trigger.
Draw 10.
I'm going to get rid of detonate. Now we'll draw 1.
So what's nice here is I can play the guard to summon a Sand Soldier. Top decking the Xin Zhao is nice because it means I have a guaranteed accelerate play next turn. That means that if he plays Poro onto a battlefield and equips it, I have a unit that's large enough to beat over it without having to attach the Dirk if I don't want to. And then having the Blood Rush in hand means that his interaction is going to be a lot worse since I have good ways to respond to what he's doing.
Just play Ancient Warmonger for now.
Alright.
He just plays the guy that costs 5 and has 4 power, and has Accelerate for 1 in the purple, and has Assault 1 for each unit that's there.
Draw 10.
So here I'm going to utilize my Rek'Sai passive. I know that I could theoretically run in with Xin Zhao right now. Maybe what the better play here is to play Xin Zhao first, and then Conquer to guarantee that he comes in ready. But I'm assuming that if I run into here, I'll be able to find some type of unit to be able to play into my into my board,
I will go to
so
1.
that Xin Zhao enters in ready
First
anyways.
trigger this, and then trigger Hall of Legends.
Okay.
So this.
So I top deck Eager Drake Hound,
2.
and I'm like, sure, this is basically just better Xin Zhao here. I don't have to invest as much because it's a 3 might unit instead of a 4 might unit, so I'm not losing out on as much power if I'm doing this. So I'm pretty happy. The question is right now, do I want to play Xin Zhao or not? And there's not really a reason to.
I will not Hall of Legends.
I also choose not to put the make the Rek'Sai stand back up using Hall of Legends. The reason for that is because I want to keep my mana up in case I need to play anything for the following combat, which I obviously didn't because he didn't have any mana up, but I think it's kind of nice. You can order your Conquer triggers however you want, so when I conquer the second Hall of Legends that's on the battlefield, I can ready him to spend 1 to ready him, pick up the 2, and I just get to play the Doran's Blade off the top.
It's a powerful combo, man.
Yep.
Yeah. I will pass to you.
I was originally considering whether or not I wanted to attach an equipment to try and hold battlefields against the unit that he has. The problem is, like, it's really big. It has 4 and Assault 1 at least. And then he also has the Doran's Blade on there, so I need to get to 6 in order to force him to spend any cards to get him to actually use anything. And I don't want to de-ramp myself so hard that I lose the following turns. So I'm fine with just sacrificing 1 unit. I don't imagine that he has great ways to be able to conquer both battlefields, and if he does, I have enough interaction in my hand to be able to get over it the following turn with Xin Zhao Blood Rush. I could Xin Zhao and then attach Dirk onto Sand Soldier, and then Blade onto the Xin Zhao to be able to get over all his units that he is reasonably going to be able to play.
Yep.
So I'm okay with sacking the Eager Drake Hound here. Making sure that that unit is on the battlefield makes it better for me. Here he plays the 6-drop
Sure.
6 might unit that's in green that when he holds, he gets to return a gear or a unit to his hand. So he's sitting on that battlefield with 10 might, and he's 1 mana up. So here I'm like really thinking about how I really want to kill the 6-drop at least. Whether or not there's any way for me to get over it in a way that is like efficient or any good at all.
I will hold the 3.
And this turn I actually misplay. It doesn't end up costing me anything, but I do end up misplaying this turn. So you should think about how you would want to play this turn, and I'll talk about the misplay right after the turn, see if you can spot what it did wrong or not. Here I'm organizing my mana. I have 5 on the right because I'm looking at drag under, whether or not I want to drag under the 6-drop, and just move my unit back and try to double conquering the following turn. If I do that, I can play Sea Monkey in base, which is fine because then I have another body for the following turn. Instead, I pull this guy back, move my mana over, and play Sinjao to make sure that he enters in ready. You need to make sure you have 2 units at base for him to enter ready.
Base. Comes in ready.
Repeat because it's 1 less. So this will get.
I realize that I have enough equipment to be able to equip Sinjao to be big enough for him to pose like a pretty significant threat to my opponent's board.
Dirk onto Sinjao. So his attack is a 6. Attacks is a 6.
Now I can do that. Yep. So you do 3, 4. Yeah. No, it's use that.
So here I'm deciding how I want to distribute my mana this turn. How much do I want to invest in terms of runes and gear and stuff, so that my next turn is not like absolutely miserable. The more gear I swing in with right now, the worse my following turn is going to be. And he is Irelia, so he does have some amount of like ability to accelerate units through, which is something I need to be aware of. But the idea is he has put so much into this battlefield that if I can wipe this out this turn, there's like a very high chance that he does not have a good way to come back. I asked to switch my runes over because I don't want to float a mana. And this is pre-rift, so people are usually pretty chill. So I just do that to equip Warmogs without having to float mana, because I don't want to float mana if I don't have
So right
to.
now he's 4, assault 2, so 6, 7 with assault 2.
That'll be ready, so I will do my draw.
With assault 7 with assault 2, so his attack as a 9.
So I swing in with 11. He has 1 mana up, so I'm just being careful of Cloth Armor right now. I have Blood Rush in hand in case he plays Cloth Armor. If you figured out the misplay, leave a comment. Let me know if you found it. But the misplay was I should not have equipped Sinjao. Sinjao has tank, the Sand Soldier does not, meaning that if I equip everything onto the Sand Soldier and attack, the Sinjao is guaranteed to get traded off, and the Sand Soldier is going to live. Equipping everything onto Sinjao causes the large unit to die. If I attack in with the Sand Soldier equipped, it would get the +2 from the Dirk as well as the +1 from Warmogs and the buff, so it would retain on the board as a 6-might unit instead of a 2-might unit.
The Warmogs onto him.
So the question is like, what do I want to suck onto it? Doran's Blade and the Serrated Dirk are like roughly equivalent. Warmogs is 1 less power, but he does have like recurring, or he does like gets a little bit of additional value because he does buff the unit once you actually run onto the battlefield, and he's like a slightly lower power gear, so that if he ends up wanting to remove any amount of gear, he needs to choose between the weaker equipment that is on the unit or the stronger equipment that is not on the unit. So it makes it a little bit more of an awkward choice if I put like essentially the same equipment but like slightly weaker onto my unit, since I don't foresee myself needing the additional power right away in the front loaded in order to be able to conquer for the following turn.
Then I will tap this, give this +3, choose that.
I tap the 1 and recycle it.
What do I want to get rid of?
So the 1 to place serrated, and the recycle to equip it. And then this mech is 5.
Green.
because of assault 2.
Let's go with purple. So already this, and then swing here.
Yep.
So right now, I'm not too worried. He's not attaching Doran's Blade yet, or Doran's Ring yet, so I know that both my units are able to beat over Treasure Hunter. One thing that I'm keeping in mind is that I'm like pretty sure he has Cloth Armor in hand. He's been leaving 1 mana up for a while. And even though he didn't play Cloth Armor in that previous turn when I ran in 11 to 10, I still like get the vibes that he has Cloth Armor. It's pretty clear that he opened the Ezreal starter kit, and that kit does have Cloth Armor in it. So I'm just assuming that he has it in hand. So that's just one thing I'm keeping in mind when I'm planning out my following turn.
Yep.
Okay.
No, this.
So I'm untapping with 5 mana here. The big thing I'm thinking about is that I do not want to recycle any runes this turn. If I recycle any runes, I start falling a little bit too far behind. So I attack onto the Treasure Hunter. It's 3 to 1, so it looks like a really, really good Cloth Armor angle here. He pays 1, and he recycles 1 for the equip. I didn't actually notice this because I was trying to play the Blood Rush in my hand, or I was like thinking about playing Blood Rush in my hand, whether or not I wanted to repeat it or not. I didn't notice that he actually recycled. You don't actually have to recycle for Quick Draw to attach. The Quick Draw is part of the ability for when you're paying for the mana cost of the actual equipment, so you don't need to worry about recycling that. So my opponent did make a mistake here. I didn't really notice when he did that.
Rek'Sai, reveal top 2.
So I look at the top 2. I get Void Drone, which is a pretty great hit off the top. So I just get to play him for 1. There's nothing else in my hands that is like particularly good. Like there's nothing that I want to play at 4, so it's not too bad. Make sure I forgot to buff my Poro because he has Warmogs on him, so he gets the buff. It like did end up backfiring. Like if I played Doran's or Serrated Dirk onto the Poro, Cloth Armor would not have like posed as much of an issue, but it's fine. He probably just wouldn't have played Cloth Armor at that point, and then my Blood Rush would stay. So it's like functionally still 1 for 1. I just play the Sea Monkey to fill out the rest of my curve and pass the turn.
Draw a card for that.
Didn't channel.
Okay,
So right now I'm at 6 points, and he's at 3 points, I think. So right now I'm just thinking about how I can double conquer for next turn. I'm not like too worried about what he's doing right now because a lot of the buffs that he's doing are like this turn only, and I also have Drag Hunter in hand, which is like the big thing. I know that if he ends up committing too many of his resources for double conquering this turn with Ezreal, I have a really good chance of winning next turn because I have Drag Hunter and I can just run over with my equipment. I can just spend the rest of my runes equipping all my shit, and then it won't really be too big of an issue. So he runs through, kills my units. I don't care too much because I'm pretty confident that I'm going to win for the following turn.
Then I can.
Did you buy like a box or did you get it like a
Ready. This.
Yep. Sorry. You score to 4, I think.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Recycle. Move him back to base. Recycle. Tap. Ready.
You do need to target with him something.
Sorry?
You do need to target him with something.
When you choose a friendly unit.
So it would need to
Okay,
be
so I
like
would need
one of
to-
these guys.
Okay. Thank you. Do you mind if I recycle a different rune?
Yeah, that's fine.
colors I don't own.
I'll
Like I have
recycle
green, blue,
this.
purple shit. That's it.
Okay, and then I guess I'll also recycle
Yeah.
this.
To attach cloth armor.
Tap.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we will swing here.
Yep.
Okay.
Score to 5, I think.
5.
Yep.
And then
And then it doesn't really attach.
we will for 3. And then play this
11 minutes.
here.
Sure.
played to a battlefield, not moved to a battlefield.
Yep.
What do you got in base? You got a ton of gear and
2 units.
Yes, I think it was 3 I think so. Right? 3?
That's
I think so. Yeah.
Like guaranteed
Dang.
3 2 Yeah. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure you just win, but that's okay. Let's recycle this. We're gonna put this on Israel as
Sure.
well.
But it would be hard to
Okay.
It'll depend on who you fought. Who's 2-1 or who's 2-1.
You better win. How's Curtis doing? Curtis better win too, because yeah, they changed the rules to strengthen opponent. You got this, man. You got this.
We're drawn onto here.
Okay.
Go to 7. Oh, sorry. Tap this. Reveal top 2. I'm not going to play any of them.
So I make sure to conquer first to look at the top 2 in case I get something like Blood Rush to make this win a little bit cleaner. But he is tapped out, so the Dragon does kill, and then I have all the equips in the world to make my Sea Monkey larger than his Ribbon Dancer, and it wins, and that is game 2.
Recycle, yeah.
Right?
So this is game 3. So we're all 2-0 at this point. Just pick a random battlefield and get started. So I'll talk through the mulligan, and then we'll talk about how the prizing is done for this event. So he is going first. So I want to make sure I have a turn 1 play, which I end up having 4 turn 1 plays in my hand. I mulligan away the 2 drops because there's not really a reason to keep any of the 2 drops. I just want to play Void Drone turn 1, so I have the option to play Yone in the following turn. I end up drawing a turn 2 and a turn 3 play, which I'm perfectly happy with.
No.
Ready to begin?
Yeah, go ahead.
Count 2. Draw 1.
Pass turn.
Tap 2. Gem Jammer.
Sure.
Pass.
Same boat, man. They're 8. I have 20. Pretty good. Oh, yeah.
Pass.
Okay. Awaken.
Pretty good hand. Here, roll.
Count 2. Draw 1.
Oh, Zenith? Oh, I have to read.
It's a good thing we drew.
I'm running red, yellow, and it's a good one. Already, it's my best card. You good?
Tap 3. Play Lucian.
Sure.
Just drop all
Pass.
3 for Sea Monkey. Play the bonus one, I can block. He gets plus drop. Sea Monkey buff.
So an interesting thing that my opponent does here is that he doesn't run up with the Gem Jammer, which is probably a good play. He doesn't want the Gem Jammer to just get eaten up. So I'll just take the first point and I'll conquer, and then I can see if my Rek'Sai wants to pull anything off the top.
Reveal top 2.
I end up pulling Dragunder and Warmogs, which are both not really cards I want to play. The one big thing that I'm thinking about here is if I want to do Warmogs plus Rel.
Play that drag down.
So the 2 realistic plays here are Warmogs Rel or just Yone. There's like theoretically a world where I can go Warmogs, Eager Drakehound, conquer the other battlefield for the buff. The problem is that recycles like a lot of runes, so I'm not like too excited about doing that play. I'd rather just chill, play the Yone to base, and then the following turn there's just such a big threat with Yone coming in, and Yone like counters Lucian so hard that it basically forces Lucian to stay on a battlefield, or else he just gets sniped in base. So I'm pretty happy just putting the Yone into the base. If he ends up, and he needs to spend cards in order to get over the Void Drone anyways, since his units are 2 and 3 might. So if he ends up spending cards in order to get over it, I don't mind too much.
Draw 1 if you already have something there. Okay.
Okay. Check if it's a gear,
Okay. Score to 1.
Yep.
it's a gear.
Okay, this guy's a
Tap 1. Play Warmogs.
Sure.
Recycle 1.
Do your worst.
Equip Warmogs.
Yep.
Putting him to
So he pays for Warmogs here, and runs into the Void Drone, so that his power goes up to 5. I don't really mind this too much, because I still have my Yone that can go into the other battlefield to score if I need to. If he runs the Lucian back, I can run the Yone into the open battlefield and kill Lucian for free. So at this point, I'm thinking, it's not too bad.
I'll ready Lucian.
Gamba? Let's do it. Play for the coupon.
Yeah, put the coupon on there. Money match it, money match it.
Tap 3, recycle 1.
Okay, I got 5 here.
Ooh, strike down.
Strike
Then he taps 3 and recycles 1 for strike down. And I think,
Lucian
damn,
here.
I lost this game.
And then I'm going to move
It's a really, really, really big turn for him. If he didn't have strike down or he didn't have a way to get Lucian to 5 that turn, I probably would have won the game. But with that, it's like extremely difficult for me to come back, especially since the Lucian's in base now. It's very difficult to get rid of him. Without Yone on board, it's really difficult to stop Lucian from doing the things that he wants to do. This turn, I decide, so I have 2 3-drops in my hand, so I might as well play both of them. If I play the Dauntless Vanguard, I don't have another card to play this turn. And functionally, the 3 versus 4 is not relevant, so I might as well play 2 bodies. He ends up playing Punch First here, which is pretty blowouty, and that's just how it is. I accepted my death before I even played the Punch First, and I just played the 3-drop.
Awaken.
Machine is like, yeah, the machine is like it recycles one.
Hold to 3.
Yeah.
Kill this guy.
I haven't seen this card all day.
Draw 1.
So this is kind of like worst case scenario here, because he gets to continuously conquer the Seat of Power to be able to draw a card every single turn, which really sucks. He readies his Lucian, and he gets to run back and then conquer the following turn as well.
Friendly gear has an additional cost to play me. When you play me, if you paid the additional cost, kill it. Okay. And then I'm going to move Lucian back to base.
Sure.
I'm worried, man. That's so funny. What is you worried about?
And
So afraid of.
I'll tap 3, play a Sentinel Adapt,
Yep.
Well, that's 3 runes.
and then I'll pass.
Okay. Oh, you're at 4, by the way.
Sentinel Adapt to here. Yeah.
Always check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Drop.
Oh, what are you doing?
Blood rush.
So here I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. I still want to kill the other battlefield. If I can kill the other battlefield and run onto Seat of Power, I can draw a card, and it's not too bad. Here he plays another Punch First, and this basically seals the entire game. There's not a ton left for me to do here, because I'm just too far behind on board. Even though I'm ahead on runes, he's ahead on points, he's ahead on board. There's not a ton left for me to do. Just reveal the top 2 to see if there's anything reasonable, and there isn't. The idea here is just play Sea Monkey and see if there's anything I can do. Whether or not I want to play Sea Monkey on the battlefield is a decision to make, but it's not really super relevant. It doesn't change any of the breakpoints. Since Lucian's a 4 and Sentinel Adept is also a 4, it basically requires him to run on 2 units. I get to kill 1 unit, but then I have 0 units left on board, and he's on both battlefields. I can rush in with the other unit, which is like okay, it's like maybe playable, but I'd rather just have units on board so I can at least conquer the other battlefield next turn.
Yeah.
Alright, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm going to move. You're tapped out, right?
Yep.
Both Lucian and the Sentinel to here.
Ooh, shit. Yep.
I'll score to 6.
Yep.
I'll draw a card,
Yeah, you're good.
and then she'll gain a buff.
Now you can
Yep.
So they're both out of buff.
for 2. Lucian
Yeah.
coming in for 3. Let's see.
Lucian readies himself,
Yep.
You're good for 3.
and then I
Lucian
am
will ready
going
for a
to
second combo.
move Lucian back to base.
Sure.
Tap 3, recycle 1 orange,
Another strike down?
strike down.
Holy fuck. Yep. This is crazy.
All right, this guy comes back to here.
Yep. He is. Typical Logan. Huh? Because we're tough war.
And then tap 1, second Warmogs,
Okay.
pass.
Okay.
So now I'm pretty much dead on board. So the problem is I don't have any units. He's at 6. So the best thing I can do right now is to just accelerate out my unit and kill the Seat of Power unit, since it's the more more powerful one and just pray that he doesn't have anything on the swing back. But the reality is he has 2 Warmonks on board, and Lucian gives assault to all his units. So I'm basically guaranteed dead. At this point, I'm just going through the motions for fun. So the way the pricing worked in this event was there were 14 people. Everyone gets 1 pack for participation, and then top 4 splits the remaining packs that they had, which was 10 packs. And then there were 4 people that were 2-0, which was me and my opponent, and then another table. So we all just drew to get into the top 4, which is like kind of lame, but you know, you're allowed to do that, and I wanted to secure my way into top 4. So before the game started, me and my opponent had agreed to a draw. So this game is just for fun. We're just playing for fun. And yeah, so I ended up losing. I went technically like in the records, it's 2-0-1. I ended up first in the event due to my breakers being good. But what ended up happening is realistically, I went 2-1. So here, enjoy the pack opening for my rewards.
Alright, good luck. We got Rumble.
I never have enough room.
So I'm gonna make mech token.
That's if it's my money.
Boo. Boo. Fucking shit pack.
Hey, no swearing. Kids are watching.
That's actually one of the bad packs.
It is one of the best packs. I have 2-edged knights.
And I don't know, yeah.
Play a Zero. I could have used this. 5. Sorry. I could have used this. 5. Yeah, exactly. When he attacks, he can move. Back to chosen champion.
Whoa!
Okay, playable, I guess.
Wait, this card is so good.
Fucking useless ass card.
And then we're gonna do the danger zone.
The packs I opened afterwards, I got used like nothing. So I got tons out of
Can you
it.
recycle for this? The double
Yeah, I
recycle?
did. I did. I think it's these 2. So we're all tapped out. And then when
Bro, can I open anything? Hello?
where's the commentary, bro? Is voiceover?
These 2.
Yeah, voiceover, bro.
Ah, you gotta do run. No, I'm just kidding. Because I'd be just
I'm
shouting.
off by 1, right?
Yeah.
There's no way I can pump it. I think I'm off. Yeah, your third stage is over.
Come on. Give me something. All my 5 packs were so worthless at the start. At least give me something in the prize
Zero
packs.
allows me, when I attack, to move any number of token units to a
It'll make me feel better for not. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. These are so bad. Yeah, I guess I got Blade of the Ruined King and Heart of Dark Ice. It's like not horrible,